Senate Republicans will not budge on spending cuts.
If any 41 senators don't want something to happen, they can effectively stop that legislation.
Kicking the can down the road is not going to change the construct here.
Political analysts say it's all about the math. It takes 60 votes to crack a filibuster. Economists say the U.S. could run out of money as early as June 1st.
The 2-week-long civil rape trial.
For one large ship cruise brand. And we can do that because we have all of the amazing food, beverage, entertainment, casinos, recreation spas that all the incredible cruise lines have that sail out of Port Canaveral as well as the world. But Princess can uniquely deliver a personalized experience that is typical of a small ship cruise line due to its exclusive Princess medallion that I'm wearing that powers the world's most connected and intelligent ships to deliver amazing experiences. It's certainly no surprise why Princess is here at Port Canaveral. My only wish is we are here sooner. Port Canaveral is the total package when you think about from a port standpoint. You have a great port, top to bottom, left to right. You have an amazing, vibrant Central Florida community, with drive markets that span the southeast and even further. You have a great airport with Orlando International Airport that has more flight options, affordable flight, and affordable landing fees that make sense for airlines to service the community. And there are great experiences that can go pre and post in front of cruises or behind, especially with a Princess audience that tends to spend more time on vacation with more time in the local market. So whether that's a beach or whether that's a theme park or whether that's shopping at the premium outlet malls, the total package from a guest perspective, it doesn't get better than what Port Canaveral offers. And so in November 2024, we're going to bring the Caribbean Princess to Port Canaveral. We're going to sail some great Caribbean itineraries that will include ports such as St. Thomas and Amber Cove, Mahogany Bay, all of the ports and ports of call that are typically within the Carnival Corporation portfolio as well as others. And so whether guests are flying, they're driving, or now with the Bright Line taking the train, our Princess guests with the community will have just an outstanding experience. They're going to have outstanding service because we give the best of the best. And it's all going to be done at great values for everyone, which gets the volume here. And so with that, that means more guests for the port. It means more business volume. It means more jobs, and we all win. So with that, we just couldn't be more excited to be behind the cruise growth in Central Florida, Florida as a whole, and what it means to the port. And I'm going to introduce my head of commercial integration, Terry Thornton, who has a long history with this port and has been with Carnival Corporation for many, many decades, to say a few words on our itineraries. Thank you.
Well, good morning, everybody. I can't tell you how excited I am to be here. I've had a working relationship with Port Canaveral for well over 30 years in a number of different roles and ships, and seen the tremendous part of the growth that's going on. But I'm very excited that we're able to bring the Princess ship here. I share John's view that I'd love to bring it sooner than we are being able to, but we are coming. And so I thought I'd spend just a couple of minutes telling you a little bit more about the ship itself and a little bit more about the itineraries specifically. So as John mentioned, we are bringing the Caribbean Princess. I'd like to think of it in a way that it's the perfect ship, and we did think a long time about what ship was the most appropriate for Port Canaveral. So it is what I would say big enough to give all the features and the benefits and the great experience, but small enough to deliver a really highly personalized experience. And honestly, this does not exist anywhere else. So this is a unique ship and a unique opportunity for Princess to deliver this. The ship itself is about 113,000 tons. What does that mean? It's a spacious ship, so it's got good space ratios and those kind of things. It's going to carry around 3,000 people if you put 2 people in every cabin. Most important to think about, though, is it has a very, very high mix of the staterooms people want. Balconies, mini suites, suites. It's really fully featured in the accommodations that a ship this size can deliver. It has all the features and benefits you can think about. It has just a tremendous wellness program with the Lotus Spa. It has the Sanctuary, which is adults only retreat. So there's fully featured things for people to enjoy all different kinds of experience. Let's not forget about food. Food's really important, right? So there are all kinds of alternative dining options. Sabatini's, which is a great Italian experience. The Crown Grill, which is an awesome steakhouse experience. And even down to the chef's table, which is a very exclusive opportunity for a guest to join the chef in a culinary experience like you've never seen before. Let's not forget about families. Families are important to Princess, and there are lots of things for families to do on the Caribbean Princess. There are programs in 3 different age groups for the kids to enjoy the experiences for those different types of kids and different ages. There's a fabulous water park. I mean, just the things that kids can do in terms of the outdoor deck space is just amazing. And then from an entertainment standpoint, we just touched on entertainment for just a little bit, but full Broadway production shows and everything you can think about in entertainment across the board on the ship is just fabulous. So what else? We spent a long time thinking about what itineraries would be most appropriate for this ship. And it wasn't something that we just took lightly and didn't think about for a while. We did think about it for a while. And so what we came up with really is an interesting pattern. We're going to do 8-day and 6-day itineraries, basically. But for the full season from November 24 to April 25, we're going to have 38 different departures. Primarily, most of them are the 6 and 8-day itineraries. Well, people ask me all the time, why 6 and 8? Why is 6 and 8 important? How many of you people here today have been on a cruise? Okay. How many of you have been on a 7-day cruise and said to yourself, I wish I had one more day? I think everybody has probably been in that case. So the 8-day just gives a great opportunity for really strong itineraries, places you can get to with an 8-day duration. And then, okay, so what's the 6th? The 6th also offers a great itinerary, but for people that maybe have just a little less time or want to spend just a little less money, let's say, because it's a 1 day shorter than a 7-day cruise, you've got that option. So I pulled the data on the itineraries and the ports we're going to go to, and of all the ports that we're going to visit on the Caribbean Princess from Port Canaveral, 7 of them are the highest rated ports that Princess visits in the Caribbean. So you can tell that this is going to deliver a great experience for the Princess guests once they get to the destinations. And how important is that? Well, you know, people say, well, it's the ship or the brand or whatever thing. I can tell you destinations and the itineraries are really important to make the whole sale process work well. I think the thing about Princess that is easy to forget and maybe not think about is combinability. So a lot of times you think, okay, 6-day, 8-day. Well, I think a good complement of the Princess guests will probably combine both into a 14-day. So you can see the options that we have in terms of the different opportunities for people to take advantage of the itineraries. And these ports are all the best ports that you can think of in the Caribbean. So I guess if John and I if we do our job right, what I want to leave the message with you today is this is not just another ship coming to Port Canaveral. In no way is this just another ship in the growing fleet here in Port Canaveral. This is truly a first for Port Canaveral. To have a ship, an experience like Princess, it is a first for the port, and we're very excited about being first to do this with you and make it happen with a Princess ship. So all I can say is, from my perspective of a very long time frame working with Port Canaveral, Princess and Port Canaveral are the perfect match. Thank you.
Thank you, Terry. Really just want to say thanks again for Princess choosing Port Canaveral. We're really excited. Just for everyone's information, the ship will operate from this terminal, Cruise Terminal 6, starting in 2024. I'd also just like to recognize some of the people we have today. We've got many of our Port Canaveral employees, along with our port partners from Customs Border Protection, Brevard County Sheriff's Office, and Canaveral Fire Rescue, and Coast Guard, U.S. Coast Guard here as well. So these are the parties that will help bring it all together and make this a big success for Princess. And the Canaveral pilots as well, yes, I'm sorry. I think at this point we're opening it up for some Q&A, and I'm sure there are some questions from the media.
Yes, sir. Well, with Princess, Princess is primarily in the fly cruise business. And so what we bring unique to this market is we have a unique product that is really a great, I like to say the brand is perfect as soon as your kids go to college and you want your first date again. And so it's an amazing brand that also accommodates families, but family's not our main focus. We're mainly focused on that mid-market, focus on experience, a little bit more disposable time. But my point is that we embrace, our clientele comes from all over the world to fly cruise, and we have a great product to complement the Central Florida marketplace. I personally lived in Central Florida for 2 decades, and so when you're thinking about the communities that surround Central Florida, it matches very nicely with the Princess product. So the answer is actually both, and we think there's a great market for us. The uniqueness of the Princess brand, being able to offer a large ship platform but small ship personalization, gives it that unique position for people who just love cruises. If you want theme park at sea, we're not that brand, but we are the brand for people who love cruising. All initial plans start with one ship, and so we're going to put the Caribbean Princess, which is a beloved ship by our guests. That's why we're bringing it, because it's a magnificent ship. It's a great ship. It's just about the right size. It's not our largest ship, but it is a large ship. It has full amenities, and then once that's successful, we'll grow from there. But anytime we make moves into markets, we always want to grow. All right. Yes, sir. Well, from my perspective, cruising brings great business volume. It's going to fuel the basic services of the community and create jobs. Yes. For all the service, when you think about hotels, food, beverage, transportation, all the basic core services all get powered by basic jobs created by cruising. Local jobs.
I will say it does have a huge impact on local jobs. There's goods, services, longshoremen, people that work the ships. There's a tremendous impact to the state of Florida and this community by bringing any cruise ship to Port Canaveral. So, thank you, sir. Appreciate your comments. Anyone else? It's great. Any? All right. Well, thank you all for coming. Like I say, really exciting news, and welcome to Port Canaveral.
Appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Did you want to get some pictures?
Yeah, we'll get some pictures of you guys.
Yeah, come on, we'll get some pictures.